الصلاة والسلام على سيد أنبيائه وسند أوليائه وعلى آله وأصحابه المعارضين لأعدائه المؤدبين لآدابه أما بعد فقال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد في شان حبيبه مخبرا وآمرا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما رضبك اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد معدن الجود والكرم وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته لكل حول من الأحوال مقتحم يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم. All praise for Allah Azza wa Jal. There are many blessings of sending salawat upon the beloved of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, there are many ahadith in regards of the blessings of salawat, but I'll mention a couple of ahadith in regards of not sending salawat upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the harms of not sending salawat. We are very few, so if you brothers, if you don't mind, if you can come closer so you can see this screen, if you can, otherwise inshallah I'll try my best. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Al-Bakhilu man dhukirtu indahu walam yusalli alayhi. You know, many times we hear the blessed name of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, many times. During the day, many times we read the name of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but we don't send salawat. As soon as we hear the name of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we are quiet, completely silent. Sometimes, most of the time in Islam, silence is appreciated. Man samata naja, the one who remains silent, he gains success. Because we are very habitual of talking useless. You know, when this tongue, when these lips are open, we don't know what we're saying is backbiting and slandering and lying and tale-telling and talking about indecent matters. Most of the time, Islam encourages us to remain silent. Silence is very good, because the time you're silent, at least you're not talking about any useless talk or any sinful talk. But sometimes silence is criticized in Islam. For example, in this hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the one in whose presence my name is mentioned, but his lips are still completely still, and he is completely silent, and he doesn't send salawat upon me, he is the most stingy and miserly person. Who is saying that? Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Al-Bakhilu man zukirtu indahu wa lam yusalli alayhi. एक कंजूस तरीन शख्स है वो जिसके पास मेरा जिक्र हो वो मुझ पे दुरूद पाक न पड़े. So at least we should have this, try to make this habit that as soon as you hear the blessed name of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we should say sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Very simple, easy, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is also direct command of Allah Azza wa Jalla to us. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu, send salawat upon my beloved. Wasallimu and salam. So when you say sallallahu alaihi wasallam, basically you are sending salawat and salam both. And basically when you say sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you are acting upon the both commands of Allah Azza wa Jal in this ayah, salawat and salam. So that's why I alhamdulillah try always, and we are given this mindset that we always start our speech or our lectures with the blessings of salawat upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because this is very blessed, you can say, a wazifa. So inshallah you make intention that next time when you hear the name of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what should we say? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inshallah. Sallu ala al-habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alihi wa alihi wasallam. Zakat, inshallah we will talk about zakat today. Zakat is one of the pillars of Islam, one of the faraid of Islam. So today we will try to understand in short amount of time, inshallah. I'll try my best to cover my lecture within less than an hour, and then at the end if you have any question, because the laws of zakah will be discussed which are common, then every individual person's his condition is different. Some people, they have different possessions, some people are businessmen, some people are just 9 to 5 they have jobs, salary people they have salary, and some people they have less earning, some have more earning. So everyone's condition is different. So I will inshallah try my best to deliver what is the common laws of zakah, and then at the end if you have any question according to your own situation, inshallah for last 10-15 minutes we'll have question and answer. So zakat is one of the pillar of Islam. Zakat, the word zakat, the literal meaning of zakat is purification. The literal meaning of zakat is purification. So why zakat is called zakat? Because it purifies our wealth. For example, in earning, if we have any shortcomings, then inshallah zakat will purify the rest of the wealth. After you deduct your zakat and you deliver your zakat and you have given your zakat to the person who deserves to take zakat, and your zakat is paid according to Sharia, then inshallah the rest of the money in your account or cash or whatever you have, inshallah will be purified, as long as that the 100% is not haram. Don't think that a person, he can earn 100% haram, completely haram, and he thinks that okay, I'm going to give zakat so my money will be purified. It's not, it doesn't work like this. For example, we go to job and sometime we are late, 10 minutes late, and not intentionally, but we forgot to tell our manager. Though the 10 minutes salary, you don't deserve that because you didn't work. You are late. You understand what I mean? Similarly, the teacher of madrasa or if the masjid committee they have done agreement or that they will give you according to your time, that you need to give us, for example, 2 times, and I will give you per hour. So if that teacher is late even for 5 minutes, and because this is more serious, because the salary will be given from donations, and when it comes towards donations, Islam is more strict. That teacher doesn't deserve the 5 minutes salary. He has to deduct the amount worth of 5 pounds. So what it means, for example, unintentionally, if we have any shortcomings in our earning, inshallah, when we will give zakat, the rest of money will be purified, inshallah. That's why zakat is called zakat. Muzakka, the slaughtered animal is called muzakka, is also from zakat. Why slaughtered animal is called muzakka? After we slaughter animal and the blood is all gone, then that animal is halal, is purified to consume. That's why it's called muzakka, जिसको हम ज़िबा करते हैं. Zakat is, as I said, is one of the pillar of Islam, and Allah has mentioned zakat in Quran many times. So today, inshallah, what we are covering, the bullet points, inshallah, we'll talk about mainly 4 things, inshallah, in zakat. Next page nikaliega. Number 1 is zakat in Quran and Hadith. Number 2, the conditions of zakat. Number 3, zakat goods, means amwal zakat, means what type of possessions and mal and goods zakat is payable upon. And number 4 is to whom you may give zakat, those who can take zakat, inshallah. So zakat in Quran and Hadith. Inshallah, one ayat of Quran and one Hadith, just to understand that what is the importance of zakat, is direct command of Allah Azza wa Jal. Prophet Allah Ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, wa aqimu salata wa atu zakata. You have heard this command of Allah many times in Quran. Allah Ta'ala has commanded us to establish prayer and to give zakat. So this is obligation. So it's not optional. Zakat is obligation, and a person who does not pay his zakat, on the day of judgment, his possession will be turned, and Allah Ta'ala will convert his possession into the very poisonous snakes which will bite him. And there are many other narration mentioned that the one who doesn't pay zakat, what's the harms of not paying zakat. So zakat is one of the first. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, this hadith is muttafaq alayh, mentioned in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim, that Bunyad Islam ala khamsin, Islam is based upon 5 things. So what does it mean? 5 pillars. 5 pillars. So when there's a ceiling or a building, when it has pillars, so that means if you don't have pillars, that the building will collapse. That means Islam is based upon 5 pillars. One of them is zakat. Those 5 pillars Prophet ﷺ mentioned: Shahada Allah ilaha illallah, uttering shahada, wa iqam salati, establishing prayer, wa ita'i zakati, giving zakat, wal hajj, performing hajj if it is fard, وَصِيَامِ Ramadan, and fasting in the month of Ramadan. So zakat is one of the pillars of Islam, is obligation. So this is the importance of zakat. The zakat is fard. So anyone who denies the obligations of zakat, he is out of the fold of Islam. Anyone who denies the obligation of zakat, he is out of the fold of Islam, because he is denying Quranic ayat. He is denying very strong ahadith, and he is denying one of the essential of Islam. So we can say that zakat is one of the essential of Islam. Essential of Islam are those particular things that if you deny and don't believe in any of them, then you are out of the fold of Islam. So zakat is one of the essential of Islam, is fard. Anyone who say that I don't believe in zakat, I don't believe that zakat is fard, so he is out of the fold of Islam, because it's an obligation. Next, conditions of zakat. It's not mentioned here. It's not coming in here. Conditions of zakat. You have to be Muslim. Obviously, zakat is not fard, and ahkamat shari'iyya, Islamic laws, are only applied in the one who is Muslim. Has to be Muslim. Number two, sane. So anyone who, even he is very rich, but he is insane, mentally he is not disabled, zakat is not fard upon him, even he is millionaire. Number three, baligh, means Islamically adult. Islamically adult doesn't mean that you are 18, then you are adult. Under 18, you are still child. No. In Islam, you become Islamically adult when you reach the age of puberty. A boy becomes baligh and he becomes Islamically adult from the age between 12 to 15. Between 12 to 15 becomes baligh. Yeah? Anytime when the boy, the sign of bulugha will appear, becomes baligh. Number two, girls become baligha from age 9 to 15, anytime. Yeah, from 9 to 15, and the boy becomes baligh from 12 to 15. So a person when becomes baligh, is very important that sometime our youngsters, our children, they are 15, 14 and becomes baligh. Let's say he or she already has £1,000 in his or her account, birthday money or savings or pocket money savings, and he or she, after becoming baligh, they already own the threshold. So what's the threshold? Inshallah we'll cover what is the nisab threshold, the zakat is worth upon. Approximately, I don't have the exact amount of today, but approximately between 300 to 320 pound. This is the threshold of zakat. The zakat's year will start. So if boy becomes baligh, let's say, but how old are you? 10. Let's say there's a person, there's a youngster is 14 and he become baligh today, and he already has £1,000 in his account. His year of zakat has started according to today's Islamic date. According to today's Islamic date, it is essential to calculate your zakat according to Islamic calendar, not English calendar. Has to be Islamic calendar, because if you calculate your zakat according to English calendar, then you are delaying your zakat, because Islamic year finishes 10 days earlier than the English calendar. So zakat, the year of zakat has started upon him. The next year, same date, Islamic date, if he still owns the same amount or more, then zakat has to be calculated from his money. But we don't know. Most of the parents, they don't know. Most of the children, they don't know, and it is one of the obligation. जब भी बच्चा या बच्ची बालिग हो और उनके पास ऑलरेडी ज़कात की अमाउंट हो जिस पे ज़कात फ़र्ज हो सकती है, तो उनका साल शुरू हो जाता है उस दिन से, क्योंकि वो बालिग हो गए इस्लामिकली, और अगले साल उसी दिन अगर उनके पास मज़ीद उतने पैसे उससे ज़्यादा होंगे तो ज़कात फ़र्ज है. So it has to be baligh. As I told you, when a boy or girl becomes baligh or Islamically adult, then has to be sahib nisab, means the person has to own. Sahib means owner. Sahib nisab means he has to own that amount of money or any form, whether it's gold, silver, cash or business stock. Inshallah we'll explain what type of amwal and goods the zakat is for the upon, and he has to own that threshold. What is threshold? Approximately 625 gram silver's market value. 625 or 26 grams silver's market value is threshold, which is, I said, approximately 300 to 320. It could be a few pounds less or more, approximately. So that is nisab. So that person has to own nisab. He has to be malik of nisab. That's then it is male nami. Male nami means that the money or any good the zakat is further upon has to have numub. Numub means has to have ability of growth. Ability of growth means the value of that thing can grow either physically, like you invest in business and then you'll have more and more and more, or either it's not physically, but for example gold and silver, they are always nami. Nami means they always grow, their value always grow. So gold and silver in any form, in the form of jewelry or in the form of bricks or in the form of just normal form, silver and gold, they are two such mals that they are always nami, and zakat is always further upon silver and gold. What is the quantity of gold and silver must be? Inshallah, we'll explain shortly. For example, I bought one sofa, yeah, and I am using it. Please, you tell me, is that value of sofa will grow daily or will decrease? So that is not nami then. You understand what I mean? So, for example, you have bought this coat, I'm wearing it. So this is not nami because it's not growing, its value is, coming down. So mali nami means any wealth, any money which has potential of growth. That's the meaning of mali nami. And next is qabza. Qabza means that has to be in your possession, has to be in your control. Then zakat is further upon it. For example, if you have a possession, for example, if you have money, something, but it's not in your control, you don't have any control on it, so then zakat is not further upon it, has to be in qabza. Next is extra from hajat asliya, means that money or possession has to be more than the basic needs. So what is hajat asliya? Means basic needs. So basic, what is basic need? Your house. So zakat is not further upon your house. Our cars, zakat is not further upon our cars. As long as if they are not business stock, for our personal use, there is no zakat on car, even it's very expensive, because it comes under basic, is very important. Mortgage is also a form of debt. So there are two types of debt. Number one is long-term debt, which you don't have to pay in one go, like mortgage. We give mortgage like monthly, yeah. And this mortgage is not, you have to pay in one go, and it's long-term debt. The ulama and scholars have decided that if the long-term debt, because you're not abide by paying it in one go, and you're not bound that you have to pay in one go, so what you can do, because zakat is calculated for 1 year after completion of 1 year. So for 1 year's installments of a mortgage, you can minus. Not fully, because otherwise most of the people in the UK, they don't have to pay zakat because they are under debt. But that debt you don't have to pay in one go. So 1 year's installment, for example, a person, he is giving £1,000 every month for his mortgage. So £12,000 he can minus, because that is his debt of that year. So, and also if you borrow from someone £2,000, and you can minus that as well, because that's also a form of debt. And then 1 year to pass. This is essential, that zakat is only when from the beginning of the year you have to have that threshold in your possession and in your ownership, and after the completion of 1 year, then zakat will be calculated for the year which is past. So 1 year is essential to pass. Zakat is not further before 1 year. So these are some conditions of zakat. Next. So these are the goods that you have to pay zakat. Gold is mentioned that how much gold should be, inshallah we'll discuss later. Gold, silver, currency, pounds, Pakistani rupees, dollar, euro, any form of currency, because the currency is equivalent, an alternative of gold. And then number 4 is business stock. So what is the definition of business stock? Those people who buy things and they sell. They do business. For example, a person, he does business of mobile phones. He buys mobile phone and then he sells with the profit. So all of the mobile phone which he bought to resell and to gain profit, that is business stock. Anything could be business stock. For example, I do business of devices. I buy, iPads, laptop, for the purpose of reselling it and gaining profit from it. That is business stock. And the people who do car business, they buy car and then they sell car on profit. For example, a person after the completion of 1 year, let's say my year is completing today, 1 year is completed, and I'm doing business of cars, and I have 9 cars to sell. So the today's market value of those 9 cars has to be calculated, and zakat has to be paid on total value of the 9 cars, because that's business stock. Anything which you buy with the pure intention of selling and getting profit from it, that is business stock. Many people, they have questioned that what about any plot in back home? We buy sometime plot, but we don't have intention to gain profit from it. We buy plot, so maybe inshallah in the future, if we in need, so maybe it will help us. That is not business stock. Business stock means you have to have intention whilst purchasing it. You have to have intention of profit, that you will sell it and get profit from it. That's called business stock. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a particular thing. Anything which you buy with the intention of profit and with the intention of to sell and to profit, then it's business stock. And this one obviously we don't apply here. Simon, grazing animals, and then ushri land, that the people who have land and they do like agriculture and crops, they have zakat, but this zakat is completely a bit different. That's called ushar, 1/10 of product. But inshallah today we'll discuss first 4 inshallah. Next is what is the amount of gold you have to zakat is further upon. My dear brothers, please listen very, very carefully, because people have this misconception that zakat on gold is not further because I have gold less than 87.48 grams. What does it mean? If you have only gold, you don't have silver, you don't have any cash, you don't have any even penny, you don't have any business stock, and then if you have only gold, then the amount of gold has to be 87.48 grams, which is 7.5 tole. Then zakat is further upon gold. Otherwise not. If you have less than that, then not. But if you have, for example, 10 grams gold, 15 grams gold, 2-3 tola, but you have cash as well, that means now the gold will convert and transfer to the silver's price, means to the silver's threshold. Zakat will be further upon it. For example, a person, he has 20 grams gold, worth of approximately, what's the price of 20 grams? Approximately 600-700 pound. So he has that amount of gold, but he also has 100 pound. So what happens? All the gold will be transferred to the silver's price, means not to silver price, to the silver's threshold. So whatever total amount of gold, the market value plus 100 pound, altogether zakat will be further upon it. So when a person doesn't have anything else than gold, then we have to calculate gold 87.48 grams. That's what it means. Silver is 52.5 tola, which is 612. I said 25. Approximately 612.36 grams. If a person only has silver, then that's the threshold and nisab of silver. Otherwise, if a person has a little bit gold, a little bit silver, a little bit cash, everything will be calculated together, and whatever is total value, 2.5%. After deduction of debts, 2.5% of whatever he has in total. So, as I said, that silver and gold could be in any form, such as jewelry, coins, utensils, or showpieces. Zakat is further upon them, because silver and gold in any form, whether wife says, "Oh, I don't work, I have gold, I wear gold," but I don't work, my husband work only. Whether she works or not, she has gold or silver, zakat is fard upon gold and silver. So that's the misconception amongst Islamic sisters. They think that zakat is only fard upon my gold if I work. Oh, I don't have cash to pay zakat on my gold. That's the Islamic sisters say. So you don't have to pay zakat with the cash. Take a piece of your jewelry and sell it, or give directly to the zakat. So zakat is fard upon gold and silver in any form. Zakat of gold, silver owned by a woman is fard on her, in use or not in use, pure, mixed or metals. So if zakat, as I said that zakat is fard upon her, but what if her husband gives zakat on her behalf? Zakat is valid. Yeah, if husband gives from his money according to the amount of zakat which is fard upon her, that's fine. But she also should pay her own zakat. Next. So that's the business stock. I defined what is business stock. Business stock is anything which you buy with the intention of reselling it. But also, you can also add in business stock, you receive any gift money. Anyone has given, for example, £500 to anyone, and that is a gift. So is included in total. And inheritance, if a person here receives any property in inheritance, has to be added amongst in the total, and zakat will be fard upon that property. If it is in the form of land or house, that is different. But if it is in the form of cash, the inheritance, then zakat will be fard upon it. But if it is in the form of house, and she or he, they are living in that house and they receive that house through inheritance, obviously zakat is not fard, because now this house becomes their basic need, and zakat is not fard upon basic need. So the people ask that what about those business shop or any property which we put on rent? Is there zakat fard upon any property which is put on rent? No, zakat is not fard upon that property's total value. Zakat will be fard upon the rent money you receive monthly. If any money is left over after the completion of 1 year, साल गुजरने के बाद अगर कुछ बच गया उसमें से, then zakat will be fard upon, otherwise not. Okay, inshallah we'll make it short. 1 year to pass, आगे करें. As I said that zakat is fard, it is fard to calculate zakat according to Islamic date, Islamic calendar. If a person, he doesn't know when he became baligh first time, which is most of the case. We don't know when zakat was fard upon me. I was 14, 15, I became baligh and I own something. I don't know when I became baligh, the day, Islamic day. I don't know when my day starts and when my day of zakat finishes, so I have to calculate zakat on that day, which most of us we don't know. So in this case, what we have to do, we have to fix a day, Islamic date, and we have to remember that is my date of calculation of zakat. And every year, next year, on that day, I have to sit down and I have to see how much I have, how much I own, and how much I have to pay, and how much is left over, and what is my zakat. So some people, they already they fix some days in the month of Ramadan. Some people, they think that zakat is fard in Ramadan. Zakat is not fard in Ramadan. Zakat is fard on the completion of 1 year upon every person's different date. Every person has different date of completion of 1 year. तो इसके वाले से कुछ पूछना है कि अगर ज़कात कब निकालनी है. हम में से आदत होती है बाद औक़ात कि हम सोचते हैं कि सिर्फ रमज़ान में ज़कात फ़र्ज़ है. ये होता है कि हमें पता नहीं ज़कात हम पे कब फ़र्ज़ हुई थी, लेकिन एक दिन फ़िक्स कर लें कि 1st of Ramadan, 10th of Ramadan, 1st of Rajab, 15th of Sha'ban, यानी इस्लामिक डेट, इंग्लिश डेट नहीं, इस्लामिक महीने की डेट. तो इजी रखने के लिए 1st of Ramadan कर लें, क्योंकि रमज़ान तो सबको पता है, याद रहता है रमज़ान आ रहा है. Most of the time we don't know which Islamic month is today and what is Islamic date today. So it's easier to remember in month of Ramadan. But that means whatever date you choose, you have to calculate on that day every year without any delay. Because if a person delay even one day, is haram to delay zakat even for one day after the completion of 1 year. Cannot delay. It doesn't mean that it takes time to send to the Pakistan or to back home to the poor people. That's fine, but you have to separate zakat from your total money. You have to separate it. That's fine. Obviously, you cannot keep it, but you will try your best to send as soon as possible. Delaying after the full year pass, as I mentioned already, is impermissible. And advance zakat. There's a very important question. Many people I've met and they have told me that they pay zakat monthly for the next year. It's fine. It's completely allowed. We have to remember our date. For example, I give my example that I calculate my zakat on 1st of Ramadan. Okay. I have paid my zakat last Ramadan first, and then what I have decided that I'm from 1st of Ramadan till the next year 1st of Ramadan, approximately I paid £1,200 as a zakat for the last year on 1st of Ramadan. That was my zakat. I'm just giving example. So my zakat roughly for the next Ramadan, first of Ramadan, will be roughly 1,000, 1,200, approximately 1,000 or 1,500. So what I'll do, I'll divide that £1,200 on every month. So I have started paying my zakat monthly. ठीक है, साल की zakat को divide कर दिया, divide zakat, and then every month I'm giving £100. I'm sending £100 to the people who deserve zakat. After the completion of 1 year, next Ramadan, 1st of Ramadan, I have to sit down and I have to keep this value of zakat which I have already paid, how much I have paid, and today what I own in total plus minus all debt. Today my zakat is £1,400 in total, but I have already paid how much? How much? मैं आपसे इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ कि पता चले आप साथ ही हैं. How much? 1,200. That means I have to pay 200 more. But what if my zakat is 1,000 but I have paid 1,200? It's better that I have paid extra, not less. Advance zakat is allowed. You can calculate your zakat weekly, monthly, or twice a year. Increase or decrease during the year. This is very important. Let's say my year of zakat starts every 1st of Ramadan. Last year 1st of Ramadan I had £5,000, okay? And then after few months I received another, let's say a person, he gave me as a gift £2,000. This will be included and added in my total. 1 year is not essential upon each and every new incoming. Whatever increase will happen during the year will be added in total. 1 year has started from the minimum threshold, then everything which I received during the year will be added, and after the completion of 1 year, zakat will be paid in total. And if even decrease doesn't affect the duration of year, so I had £5,000. £5,000 definitely is more than the threshold. Zakat is further upon approximately £300–350 according to the silver price. But during the year, for example, I lost something or I spent something and only had 100 left after 6 months in my account. That was total. I had left 100, but I was not zero. My account was not zero. I had something during the year. Now this £100 is less than the threshold, but my year will still continue. Why? Because my account is not zero. My year will still continue. After the completion of 1 year, if I still have at least 300 or 350 pounds, zakat is further. But what if I has less than that? Then my year will continue. My year will become longer than 1 year. So on 1st of Ramadan, I supposed to have at least the threshold of silver, which is 350 pounds, approximately. But I had only 200 pounds. But what it means, I don't have to pay zakat on 1st of Ramadan, because on the completion day, my threshold is not complete. But after 1 month, I had 500 pounds. Now, the day I will receive 500 pounds, my year will complete. and have to calculate zakat. So this is the rough idea, that when your year is continue, then anything is coming during the year, you don't have to calculate separate year on that income. So that's what it means. So unknown date of becoming Sahib Nisab. I have explained already. If we don't know when we became the owner of Nisab, when the first time I owned a Nisab, so what we can do, we can fix an Islamic date. So they have given a rough idea, example. So how to calculate your zakat? First of Ramadan today, I'm giving this example again and again to make it easy. Let's say our zakat calculation year is, the date is today. So today we need to sit down. Whatever is in our account, plus whatever is in the form of cash, plus whatever the amount of today's, according to today's rate of gold, plus if you have any silver, plus if you have any business stock. For example, a person, he had 2 cars which he bought for to get profit from, like to sell and to get profit. So the market value of these 2 cars, let's say all of it is 15,000 pound in total. Now minus he borrowed 2,000 pound from someone, so he minus 2,000 pound, so 13,000 pound. Let's say he pays 6,000 pound every year within 1 year for installment of mortgage. So 13 minus 6, 7,000 pound. 1 year you can minus 1 year's utility bills, electricity, gas, council tax, because this is also a form of debt. Let's say 2,000 pound, so it's 5,000 pound now. Minus if a person is businessman and he has employees, so salaries of employees are also a form of debt of that month, not 1 year, of that month. So, but let's say he has to pay 2,000 pound as a salary. How much left? 3,000 pound. So 2.5% of 3,000 pound is total zakat, his zakat, according to the general calculation, according to the general circumstances. If a person he has something different, then he will be dealt differently, but this is the general way of calculation of everyone's zakat. If you have any question up to that, then inshallah shortly we will discuss the people who we can give zakat to. Any question? Kuchwal? Yes? Yeah, I'm just about to come there. Yeah. So I'm just going to explain. If you have any other question?
Monthly salary. How we should calculate our monthly salary?
Yeah, monthly salary, it doesn't work like this. It works like, because zakat is for after the completion of 1 year, upon the minimum of zakat's threshold. So which is yes, let's suppose that 300 pound is the minimum that year starts. But monthly salary, you keep receiving monthly salary and keep spending. There is no monthly zakat. There is no zakat on monthly salary. You just your salary is coming in your account. Let's say 1,500 pound every month, and from 1,500 pound you spend 700 pound, 800 pound every month. 500, 200, 300, 400. Yeah, this saving for them. After the completion of 1 year, when you calculate your zakat, that on that day, whatever you have in your account, 2.5% of that. Minus if you have any debt, you can minus the debt. Yes, students' loan for study. This is also a long-term debt, because long-term debt, there are difference of opinion among scholars. Some says that they can minus a full amount of the debt, and if anything left over, then they have to pay zakat. And most of the scholars says that because they don't have to pay in one go, they pay in installment, isn't it? 1 year's installment they can minus. Yeah, whenever they get job, then because they are not required and they are not responsible to pay if they don't have any job. So when they are not responsible, or the government don't force them to pay, then they shouldn't deduct that amount of debt, because they don't have to pay yet. वरना तो अगर स्टूडेंट कहेंगे हम पे ज़कात ही फ़र्ज़ नहीं है, उनको फ़ौरन देना तो वाजिब नहीं है, ज़रूरी नहीं है जी। कोई और सवाल? ज़कात, in short, zakat, you can give your zakat to those people that zakat is not further upon them. Anyone who does not own enough, the zakat is further upon him. For example, a person out of basic need, he doesn't have enough saving, enough money, which is equal to 52.5 tola silver, which is 612.36 grams silver's price. सिल्वर की प्राइस ज़रा कैलकुलेट कीजिएगा, टुडेज प्राइस 10 ग्राम्स की सिल्वर प्राइस. सो 612 ग्राम्स सिल्वर्स प्राइस इज़ द थ्रेशोल्ड ऑफ ज़कात, यानी जिस पे कम अज़ कम ज़कात फ़र्ज़ है ना जितने पैसे पे, वो है 52.5 तोले चांदी की प्राइस, which is, I'm keep saying, is approximately between 300 to 320, 30 pounds. Yeah. So any person, he doesn't have any savings which is equal to that price, he can take zakat out of basic need. Other than basic need, he doesn't have that much which is equal to 350, 300 pound, which is the today's market value of $52.5 silver. So that person, he can take zakat. Zakat, the Bani Hashim means anyone who is from the lineage of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Sayyid, they can't take zakat, because Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prohibited to taking zakat, because Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned in a hadith, summary of hadith is that zakat is dirt of wealth. So sadaqat wajiba means essential sadaqat, including fitrana, which we give just on Eid in Ramadan, at the end of Ramadan, is also one form of essential sadaqah. And similarly, the fidya for fasting. If any elderly person, he is unable to fast, and there is no hope for him in the future that he'll get better and he can fast. So what he can give? He can give fidya of fasting. So for approximately £4 for every day's fast. So that is also one of the essential charity. Zakat is one of the essential charity. Any essential charity, including zakat, cannot be paid on Sayyid, to Sayyid. So the person who is not Sayyid and he or she doesn't own that much, which is equal to $52.5 on silver, so that person can take zakat. यानी हर वो शख्स के जिसको ज़कात लगती है वो है कि जिसके ऊपर ख़ुद ज़कात फ़र्ज़ नहीं है, सिंपल. और ज़कात किस पे फ़र्ज़ है? जिसके पास बेसिक नीड्स से के अलावा, ज़रूरियात ज़िंदगी के अलावा इतना कैश मौजूद है कि जो 52.5 तोले चांदी की कीमत को पहुंच जाए, उस पे ज़कात फ़र्ज़ है, सिंपल है. हाँ जी, मस्ट बी. Zakat only can be spent upon Muslims. And optional and nafli sadaqat can be given to any other non-Muslim who deserve. For example, it's mentioned in the hadith, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Tasaddaqu alal adyani kulliha." This is a hadith that you can donate to all of the religion, means you can donate to any Christian or anyone who is not Muslim, as long as they deserve and they are in need. So we can help them. जी वो मैंने already mention किया. Yeah, if they are sister listening, and if they have any form of silver, gold, whether in the form of jewelry or in any form, whether sister work or not, whether they work or not, whether they earn or not, zakat is further upon gold and silver. It's mentioned in Sahih Hadith. The two women, they were wearing gold, a form of jewelry, and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked them that, have you paid zakat on it? They said, no, we didn't pay zakat. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, you must pay zakat. Do you won't be punished on the day of judgment, that your possession and your gold will be turned into a poisonous snake which will bite you on the day of judgment? So zakat is further upon gold and silver, whether it's in any form, which we already explained. So the person is called Faqir Shar'i. Is called Faqir Shar'i. Zakat can be given to Faqir Shar'i. And the definition of Faqir Shar'i simply is the one that upon whom zakat is not fard. The one that he or she, other than basic need, they don't own that much saving and money which is equal to 52.5 tola silver amount, which is approximately, which I said that whatever is a 612 grams silver's market value. कुछ पता चला क्या वैल्यू? हाँ जी, 7.5 tola, which is 87 grams approximately. 87 grams, 7.5 tola. Only if there is a gold. Otherwise, if you have even a very small amount of gold, a little bit of cash, and then everything will be calculated together, and 2.5% will be given on total.
If the sister or anyone, she only has gold, she has got no cash, and zakat is due upon her. So what does she do?
It's very, very, very rare case that even she doesn't own one penny in cash. Even if she own one penny in cash, then all gold will be transferred to the cash.
She hasn't got any cash.
Okay.
Zakat will become due upon her.
If she owns that much gold, the zakat is fard upon gold, and she doesn't have any cash, and husband is not cooperative, and husband says, I'm not going to pay on your behalf, you have to pay on, then what she can do, she has to somehow take some bit of gold, or if she has any other jewelry in this, like earrings or anything which is equal to the zakat money, then she has to give that gold into the zakat. Doesn't have to be paid with cash. She can sell and she has to pay zakat on it. Even she has to break from the jewelry form, she has to pay zakat. This obligation is fard. Any other question?
Is essential to mention for someone that it is zakat money in your pay?
No, zakat is only related with your intention. As long as you have intention that, oh, I'm paying zakat, but you don't have to tell the person that this is zakat money. You can say, oh brother, it's a gift from me.
But if you are not sure that he is Sahib al-Nisab or not,
So that means that this is our responsibility to make sure that the person he is eligible to take zakat. We need to do some sort of investigations. We can ask direct questions to them. But if we have done our investigation through some people who know them and through asking direct questions to them, if they lie, but we have tried our best, that we have investigated, if they lie, no, we deserve zakat, we don't have any other savings, then our zakat is valid, is between them and Allah. Yes. Then you need to sell some part of gold and silver to pay your zakat, if zakat is fard upon it. If you have enough gold and silver which zakat is fard, then even you don't have cash, you have to sell some part of your jewelry and silver and gold to pay zakat on. ये इसको बंद कर दें, बस मेनली यही था. ये बहुत आपने तवज्जो दिला दी. Zakat only can be paid to a deserving poor Muslim. Zakat cannot be paid on masjid. Zakat cannot be paid on madrasa. Zakat cannot be paid on hospitals, building work. Yes, you can pay zakat to the person who deserves zakat and he is very ill and he needs medicines, medical treatment. You can buy medicines from zakat money for that person. Yeah, food definitely. You can buy food. You can pay your zakat in the form of food. You can pay your zakat in the form of food. You can pay your zakat in the form of medicines. Yeah, and you can pay your zakat in the form of anything which is usable for that person.
उसके लिए क्या अगर खाने को नहीं मिले तो वो मांग रही हैं और बोलते हैं कि बारात हमने लेके जानी है।
उसमें उसमें वो अपने लिए मांग रही हैं कि बेटी के लिए मांग रही हैं। अगर बेटी के लिए मांग रही है और बेटी के पास कुछ नहीं है, बेटी के पास कोई मतलब वो गरीब है, और जैसे मैंने कहा कि इतनी सेविंग्स नहीं है, जो पाकिस्तानी तकरीबन 1.25 से 1.5 लाख रुपया बनता है ज़कात का जो है वैल्यू चांदी की, उतना अगर उसके पास नहीं है तो उसको ज़कात लगती है। हाँ जी, 60 पेंस फॉर 1 ग्राम, तो आप इसको मल्टीप्लाई करें हाँ 612 से। आई सेड 300 to 320, मैं थोड़ा सा क्लोज था। सो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 315 पाउंड इन पाकिस्तान इसकी जो प्राइस है वो उसके मुताबिक। तो अगर उस बच्ची या उसकी माँ के पास इतनी सेविंग्स नहीं है अपनी खाने पीने की चीज़ों को निकाल के, रोज़ाना की जो उसकी ज़रूरत के कपड़े हैं, बर्तन हैं, उसको निकाल के इतनी सेविंग्स नहीं है कि जो 52.5 तोले चांदी की कीमत को पहुंच जाए, तो फिर उनको ज़कात लगती है। थोड़ा सा इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर लें कि भाई आपके पास इतनी सेविंग है। आपको ये मालूम होना चाहिए कि दिस इज़ द प्राइस ऑफ 612 ग्राम सिल्वर इन पाकिस्तान रुपीज़, डिफरेंटली इन यूके पाउंड, in euro, whichever country we are paying zakat. And if that person says that out of more other than my basic need, I don't own that much at all, and you are confident that he is not telling a lie, you believe him, then you can pay your zakat because you have done your investigation.
One person have basic necessities like at home, your own furniture, cars. What about if someone has a surplus? Like you have extra, like 4 cars, and you only use one.
Okay, in this case, if in terms of the house conveyance, which is cars and food and clothing, they come under basic need. ऊपर सुन रहे हैं, they come under basic need. Yeah. So if a person he only needs one car and he has 5-6 and he doesn't use throughout the year, पूरे साल में इस्तेमाल नहीं करता, he doesn't need it, then zakat is further upon those extra 3 or 4 cars today's market value. If he does even once or twice a year, that comes under basic need.
Yes, related to the similar question.
Yeah.
For example, it's all an intention, I believe. Like for example, a person has a saving, a person has excess saving, and he says that why not should I cut down on my zakat amount? He does extra, expenditures. For example.
I mean, he gives zakat extra.
Yes, no, he wants to cut down his zakat amount, so he does extra expenditures to like traveling for no sake or like spends luxuriously. So how is that then? I mean,
With the intention of not paying zakat, or with the intention.
I can't say anything anybody who's
No, that's he obviously is between him and Allah Azza wa Jal. But to just to clarify, is about intention. If Allah Ta'ala has blessed him with a lot of money and he travels and he spent on his halal money on halal ways, and at the end of the year he doesn't left anything which zakat can be paid upon, that is
a
obviously.
small amount that he reduces, he says better I spend it on myself rather than giving that big amount on zakat. Spending on
No,
cars
so then his intention is not good, because he is saying that I have that much, though I'm going to spend on me and I'm going to enjoy myself, but those who are suffering, they don't have even food to eat. Those Muslims who are living under the very poor condition, so my money shouldn't go to them, rather I spend that money on my trip. So that is his intention. If he is doing with the intention of not paying zakat, that is impermissible. For example, scholar says that I have, for example, 10,000 pounds and tomorrow my zakat is due. So what I quickly do, I quickly buy a plot with intention that, because if you buy a plot not for sale, to get to build a house on, then you don't have to pay zakat on that plot. But if a person says, oh, let me buy the plot and then tomorrow my zakat is due, I have nothing because I had only 10,000 pounds and I have bought a plot, so I have nothing left today. So zakat is not further upon him. After a few days, he sells the plot and he get the cash. This is haram. Just to avoid zakat.
like let me get something which is for £100 or 150. I'm going to use it as it is. So
Then it comes under the the israf. Israf means wasting. If you can buy a nice, decent coat for £50, but if you buy for £5,000, yeah. So on the day of judgment, each and every penny has to be accountable. You have to give accountability for that. It comes under israf. For example, some the sisters, they rather than buying, let's say, £50 bag, £60 bag, 10,000, 50,000, 60,000 just bag. So definitely is israf, is wasting. So amilin zakat are those people whom the Islamic Caliph, they have appointed them to collect zakat from the people. Used to be in the past, and those people, they can also be given zakat from that money. So they are also deserve zakat. So that's called amilin zakat. Employees to collect zakat from the people. That's called amilin. Yeah. Mu'allifatul qulub is mansukh. Mu'allifatul qulub were those weak, those non-believers who are inclined towards Islam. At the beginning of Islam, mu'allafatun means to incline, qulub means the hearts towards Islam. So we're going to give you zakat, so we're going to support you, so come towards Islam. And Hadrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala, in his time, he said, now finished. That was that time. Now Islam is dominant and Islam is apparent upon everyone. We're not going to give you now. If you want to accept it. We're not going to give money. That is with the consensus of all ummah, that is mansukh. Nowadays there's no more lafatul qulub.
What is the maximum amount of money you can pay for that? What is the maximum? To a poor guy.
To give him.
Yes. How much you can give him?
It is recommended to give him that much which zakat is not further upon him. No, if a person needs, for example, £10,000 on his operation, and you have £10,000 zakat, and he deserves that, definitely you can spend on his treatment. I'm talking about normal person, he is fine, and he deserves, and he is very poor. What if you give him £2,000 of zakat? What would happen? The day and the time you have given him zakat, that time his zakat year has started. Zakat is further upon him now, because £2,000 is a lot.
And can it be for the marriage of someone?
Only as long as he or she deserves zakat, he or she fall under the definition of the person who is called al-fuqara. Innama sadaqatu lil-fuqara is mentioned in the Quran. The sadaqat is for the fuqara. As long as he or she who is getting married, they fall under the definition of it, then they can be.
They are not faqir, but they cannot afford it.
Sorry?
If they are not faqir, but they cannot afford it, then what?
I didn't get your question, sorry.
For example, if someone's husband is soft, yes, but he is not that much, he has not that much to afford to complete the marriage.
Yeah, but
In that case,
yeah, that's true, obviously. That's the Islamic law says that if they deserve, then they can take zakat.
If you have to send money abroad,
Yes.
and there is fees or bank charges you need to pay, can you deduct that
From zakat, no, you can't.
can't deduct that?
You know those charities, those who collect people's zakat online or sometime on TV channels, and if they deduct the salaries, expenditures of their the staff from zakat, that amount of zakat of people are not paid. So they have to do something else other than paying from zakat money.
I as a sender, I cannot deduct fees from
100% zakat has to go to the person who deserves that. If that is that amount of bank charge, if we deduct from our zakat, meaning that much zakat is not paid. Yes.
What kind of things can you sell for business stock and what you can't?
Anything which is halal and which comes under the definition of mal, means anything, basically anything other than which is halal, obviously not alcohol, yeah, but mobile phones, computer, TV, house, people they do business of houses, they buy houses, and anything which you buy with the intention of business to resell and to get profit. No, not in business, everything is not business stock. Let's say I have a shop, I sell mobile phones, I sell iPhones in my shop. But anything which in the shop which helps me to run my business, zakat is not further upon it. For example, whatever to operate your business, furniture and everything in the shop. Only those mobile phone which I'm going to sell, that is called business stock.
What about you have multiple properties and investing through rent? I mean, you're getting rent out of it.
Yeah. So on those property, if you just your purpose is just to put them on rent, so on the property's value there is no zakat, but on the money which is you receiving from rent, if on the day of calculation of zakat, this is very important point. The day you calculate your zakat, the day your year has completed, the day zakat becomes further upon you to deduct from your rest of money. On that day, whatever you have got, whether it's from your rent money, whether it's from your salary, whether it's from different source, zakat is further upon it, on total.
Those houses, they freehold.
Even though houses are freehold, zakat is not further upon house, because houses comes in basic need, hajat asliya.
One house is your need. More than one house.
Yes, I have
And
like
it's a
4 or 5
freehold house.
different houses where I'm getting income from.
Yeah, and those on the value of houses, there is no zakat. No. That houses, those houses will be zakat only will be paid upon those houses if those houses they come under business stock. They are not business stock. You're not you didn't buy that house to sell and to get profit from it. You bought to live. You lived. You paid your
So you bought one house to live in. You bought another 2 houses.
Just
And
for business to rent. Yeah.
they are obviously for rent. You're not going to live in all these houses. And those houses are freehold as well.
Even they are freehold, only zakat is further upon the rent money, not on the value of the house. Last 1 or 2 questions, inshallah, make dua.
What about the loans? For example, I have 5,000 pounds with someone, and I'm not sure whether he's going to pay me back or not.
You have to pay to him.
I have already paid someone, and I'm not sure whether I can get it back or not.
Oh, so that very good question. If there is no hope, if there is completely no hope that he's going to give you, zakat is not further upon it.
But if I hope,
But if you have hope, then you don't have to pay zakat now, but whenever you will receive your 5,000 pound, then if you receive after 3 years, then you have to calculate your zakat of 3 years and you have to pay zakat of 3 years.
the same thing in business, if you loan someone and you not get your money back, you're not going to calculate it that amount to pay the zakat.
Business, what do you mean, sorry?
For example, I sold to someone, in 6 months' time you're going to pay me. But after that, during that time, the zakat time is passed, yes? So should I?
Yani if you have sold something to someone, and he didn't pay, he will pay you maybe after 6 months, yeah? That's you mean?
Yes.
That's also is your asset, means you have to pay zakat on it, and it is a form of debt now. When someone has borrowed from you, it's like this.
Now, yeah?
Yeah.
Not before, that's next month.
No.
I get it physically.
When you will get physically, then you have to pay zakat. Madani.
Someone has halal money, but he hasn't reached nisab. But then on the other hand, he has also haram money, and altogether, the money combined, he reached nisab.
What do you mean by haram? If he has stolen something, bribes, these type of things, he doesn't own. He has to give people back. He doesn't own. So that means his halal is less than nisab and threshold. Zakat is not further upon him. And so some people say we have majority haram. If a person has majority haram, then his 2.5% will not purify the rest of the haram, because all of it is haram. Dua maang. अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन वस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला सय्यिदिल अंबिया'i वल मुरसलीन अल्लाहुम्मा अंतस्सलाम व मिनकस्सलाम हय्यिना रब्बना बिस्सलाम व अदखिलना दारुस्सलाम तबारकत रब्बना व तआलैत या ज़ल जलाली वल इकराम या अल्लाह अज़्ज़ा व जल accept our Dhuhr Salah. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, whatever we have learned today, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, give us ability to act upon it. Ya Allah Azza, give us ability to calculate our zakat according to Islamic laws and to pay our zakat on time. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, those brothers who attended, sisters who attended, Ilahul Alamin, give barakah and blessing in their halal earning. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, Ilahul Alamin, help the sisters and brothers, Muslim brothers in Palestine and Gaza. Ilahul Alamin, grant them victory and protect them from the oppression of the people. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal. Ilahul Alamin, grant them tranquility, peace, peaceful life in their country. Ilahul Alamin, those brothers who have requested for du'as, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, fulfill their lawful desires and permissible du'as. The brothers who requested for, a brother he requested his daughter-in-law, she is suffering from cancer. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, give her complete cure and shifa. हाँ या अल्लाह अज़्ज़ा वजल हम में से जो बीमार या जिनके रिश्तेदार बीमार हैं तमाम को शिफा अता फरमा। या अल्लाह अज़्ज़ा वजल हमारी इमाम साहब की इल्म में, उम्र में, सेहत में, माल में, जान में, आहल में बरकत अता फरमा। इस मस्जिद की इंतज़ामिया जिन्होंने इसका अरेंज किया, इलाहुल आलमीन, उनको भी इसकी बरकत नसीब फरमा। तमाम के रिज़्क़ हलाल में, कारोबार में खैर वाफ़ित अता फरमा, बरकत नसीब फरमा। ए मालिक मौला, हमारे जान माल इज़्ज़त आबरू की हिफाजत फरमा, ईमान की हिफाजत फरमा। कहते रहते हैं दुआ के वास्ते बंदे तेरे कर दे पूरी आरज़ू हर बेकसो मजबूर की। वसल्लल्लाहु तआला अला हबीबिही खैर खल्क़िही मुहम्मद व अला आलिही व अस्हाबिही अजमईन बिरहमतिका या अरहम।